Fake news is when news is fake. It's wrong. It's incorrect. But it's a very powerful tool, sadly, that is being used more and more now. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's when people say something is true in order to get a response that they know they'll get and to disseminate misinformation. And it's a real threat. And it's something you could argue has always been there, but the prevalence of fake news, sadly, is getting more and more. It's targeting victims in a way. When you think certain people want to hear certain things and they might not be true, then you can generate them because of the internet. You can generate those facts. They're not facts, but you can generate that misinformation, knowing that you will, at the end of the day, influence these people. And that's the aim, whether it's for an election or to get them to buy something or not to have the coronavirus or whatever your mission is, then you can manipulate what is actually happening, distort it and sell it and disseminate it. And yes, there are businesses. And I went out to Macedonia three years ago to look at what was then the capital of fake news, Velez in Macedonia, where a small town, there was a real industry of fake news and people were certainly making money. And I met young people who were being paid by the clickbait, by the adverts. They were making a lot of money in a very not so affluent town, and they had Rolex watches, and they were saying, if I disseminate this, I'll be able to buy a car. And it is an industry. What struck me was just how people were being used and how big and sophisticated the industry was. Now, these people didn't quite know who was running these websites. It was in the it was mainly about attracting people from America. So it was all about the Trump presidency at the time. It was all about attracting publicity from America and clickbait in America and getting those clicks in America. So it was all about, talking about celebrities in America and making things up. Now, they didn't know where the money was coming from. They knew they were meeting a man on the corner of the street after school who would give them money. Now, they had no idea and where that money went back to. Now, we found that went back. We couldn't verify, but it seemed to go via websites in Russia. But we couldn't verify that because that's it. The industry is so complex and so bizarre and down under that it's not easy to get to the actual truth. But there is a network, a subterranean network of fake news, which is everywhere. At that one time, it was prevalent in Velez. And we interviewed the mayor and he was proud of it. He said it's putting Velez on the map. Now, that has shifted now. I think fake news has spread. What was interesting at the time was that it was Macedonia. Nobody understood it was Macedonia. Nobody thought that would be a factory for fake news. It was at the time. Now, I don't think it still is the capital of fake news. That was 3 years ago. It spreads very quickly. We haven't investigated it more recently. But at the time, the shocking thing was that this was such a normal town in a quiet country that hardly ever makes international headlines. And there was this school and this town producing lots of young journalists who were making an awful lot of money from spreading fake news about celebrities in America and getting massive results, massive hits, massive clicks, and an awful lot of money. You might have read now about empty hospitals during coronavirus and going viral and pictures of empty corridors. This is why context is so important. Now, yes, those empty corridors do exist in hospitals because hospitals are divided by corona and non-corona. And if all other operations are cancelled and the staff have all moved to the corona part of a hospital, then there will be empty corridors. Now, somebody clearly has got into a hospital, filmed those empty corridors and said it's all fake news that these hospitals are full. Now, without the context, yeah, the pictures look shocking, empty corridor hospitals. Now, you dig deeper and it transpires that they'd gone into a sealed off part of the hospital in the middle of the night. Yes, the cafe was closed, open during the day, but it was closed at night. So context is absolutely crucial. Now that's gone viral, hasn't it? As in, coronavirus doesn't exist. So, you have to query everything. And I know at the BBC, before putting pictures up, if we're sent pictures by viewers, we have to verify them. Because, if there's a flood, you might be sent flooding pictures from 3 years ago by somebody who wants to make a bit of money. You might be, I've got this picture, there was a terror attack, I've got this picture. That famously, people have been duped to thinking, oh, right, this is what happened. Well, it was a different terror attack. So we have to verify geographically, and we have means of verifying how current a photo is, and also, the geography of it. But, if you're scrolling through your feed of Twitter, you're not going to do that to every picture. So, it's very, very difficult. If you, as a consumer, are bombarded by news, then to do that filter is not easy. And all we can do as journalists is say, look, it's out there, and beware, and just hope. And these are clever people. These are really clever people making excellent, videos, the perfect ones that young people want. So yeah, it's a real challenge. There are stories out there that the vaccine contains meat, so they're targeting, certain religions and putting people off. That people are putting red tapes on the floor saying, look, there's somebody over there with corona and everybody's running away. This is the danger. I don't have the answer. Who does? All I can say is, as journalists, and yeah, we get things wrong, of course. But we front up and we say it's wrong. But as journalists, I just think our job is more important and more crucial than ever now, because not only do we have all these platforms to get out on, and it's fantastic that news can be quicker, faster, more immediate. We can reach more people, but that means fake news can reach more people as well, very, very quickly. And our job is to stick to the facts, present the viewers, not influence their decisions, but give them the facts so that they're well informed to make their decisions, whether they want the vaccine or not, as long as they make that decision from a well-informed position. And that is our job.